The Monaco Grand Prix is upon us and we're heading into the weekend with the first of the practice sessions. It's certainly not the easiest of tracks to navigate, so today is going to be incredibly valuable to the teams. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations, and how much do you have to do, how much do you have to work on with a real car on a real circuit?
Well, that's a good question, Crofty, and I suppose the simple answer is that there's no such thing as too much information. As you say, the bigger teams have very complex simulations, vast numbers of clever people crunching the numbers back at base, but what they can't tell you is stuff like how the track condition's going to be, or what the temperature's going to be doing over the course of the day, and how all of that's going to be interacting with the tyre. There are so many millions of tiny variables involved in getting these cars around a racetrack quickly, but the computer can't tailor the car to a driver's specific balance requirements. At some point, you still need to put a human being in there and have them feel it through the seat of their pants. And that's why we end up with different drivers having different setups. So what I'm trying to say is, Crofty, nothing beats on-track testing.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec. Don't push the car just yet. Track is still green. Try and take it easy for the first couple of laps. Front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Car repairs have set us back a little. All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave. sustain this level of damage. Your front wing is damaged. Expect a lot of understeer unless we replace. We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Vettel, Magnussen and Max Verstappen. And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
So what have you got against practice sessions? Even if you're confident in your setup, these sessions are still useful for development data.
We're here at the magical Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula One calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today? It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
No matter how good a driver is at managing their throttle application to limit rear slip, they can't always overcome a car that's inherently bad at looking after its rear tyres. Here we have a lot of low-speed corner exits, which means a whole load of energy, heat and tyre wear.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. Car repairs have set us back a little. top 10. We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Leclerc and Max Verstappen. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the...
Bad luck in qualifying. That's not exactly ideal. But there's no points for Saturday. Keep a cool head and make up for it in the race.
Motor racing has come a long way since the first Grand Prix of the early 20th century. We have faster cars, bigger circuits, highly trained drivers who've dedicated their lives to racing. But still, we return here. Still, it remains the most desired victory in Formula One. Still, we race the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend downwards towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners at Saint-Devote. And don't expect to see much overtaking here today. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Let's talk about Red. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
They've been avoiding mistakes and have had solid pace, so it's been a good season so far, but whether they can keep that up long term remains to be seen.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position with Charles Leclerc alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Carlos Sainz and Butler, Bottas, Weber, Magnussen and Daniel Ricciardo. Red, Gasly, Sergio Perez and Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Kvyat, Sebastian Vettel and Alexander Albon. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
No heroics into Saint-Devote, please. We're in amongst the pack and just need to stay in one piece. a strong start. Well done. A new strategy is about what happened. Let me know you're okay. No heroics into Saint-Devote, please. We're in amongst the pack and just need to stay in one piece. Okay, you need to get that position back. That was an illegal overtake. No heroics into Saint-Devote, please. Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. Okay, box, box, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. The stewards have given you a 3-second time penalty for contact with other cars. That's 3 seconds to be added to our race time. Raceway, all right. Engine off, engine off.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for... And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
No doubt in my mind, I have to give it to Robert Kubica. Everyone else needs to be taking notes, because that was an
Well, things didn't really go your way today. Let's have your take. Not the best way to end a race. What went wrong? You had a few bumps and scrapes today. Well, thanks anyway.
What on earth was that performance? Come on, this isn't bumper cars at the fairground. Your results and conduct here matter, so pay more attention. We can't afford too many races like that. Looks like one of your rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event.